Do I still need to wait? Anthony, am I still waiting? You told me to wait. Am I still waiting?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hoop There It Is podcast. What an introduction. Hello.
Hello.
And we have video this week, so youtube.com, search Hoop There It Is podcast. There'll be a link in the episode description if you'd like to see the live stuff. No, because we don't have enough subscribers yet. We need 100.
Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
How many do we have? 2?
1. It's me.
Yes.
I'm the subscriber.
I'm not even subscribed.
Me either.
I haven't
know we
shared
had
it.
YouTube.
I didn't either.
It's okay. I'll share it now.
Is there anything on our YouTube?
Just audio transcripts. So no,
Yeah,
nothing.
So no.
Did you
Nothing.
hack those yourself?
No.
Oh.
I had to think about it for a second. Anyway, it is the regular season. We are finally here. We're,
Cheers!
yeah.
We're drinking water.
For once.
Yeah. Anyway, regular season is finally here.
What cup did I get?
You got a Deadpool PP cup.
What?
It says PP. I think it says, or does it say Slurpee?
No, that's Anthony's pee-pee cup.
Oh, man.
Why is that the only reaction you have to is, oh, man?
Why do you always make me drink out of the pee-pee cup? Delete.
Oh, nice. Anyway, let's get into it. So we have a new format now, which is still stumbling around in the introduction. But we're going to try to be actually structured for you guys. And that's why we have the video here today. It is going to be weird. But we're going to first start, what we're going to do every week is this. We're going to, number one, ask you for a 5-star slam dunk rating or review. So we, number one, on some kind of chart. We will also start every podcast out intro, and then we're going to talk about a hot topic of the week. This week, we're going to talk about Lonzo versus Ben Simmons. Who would you start your team with?
Yeah!
Then we will do a spin the wheel, talk about a random team.
Yeah!
We'll talk about some around the league stuff, which will always include the Dallas Mavericks, Mav fans for life. We're going to do...
Those aren't sound bites. It's just TJ.
It's just TJ.
Which I guess you can see that now.
Yeah, you can see that. Wow, yeah, it's a thing. Joe's got a heat check. He's going to talk about who's hot, who's not, how he's hung over. And TJ will roast people, and then we'll get the fuck out of here. Try to take an hour of your time.
I might roast people. I might.
I'm
Compliment people.
Yeah.
True.
I'm not hungover.
Yet.
I might be tomorrow, but I'm not right now.
Well, it's pretty late.
Joe feels fine.
That's not true either.
Let's get into our very first, little, I guess, like not really a question bag, our fast break topic of the week, if you will.
Beep, beep.
So
We're so good at
I'm doing the
puns.
sound. I'm doing the sound effects for the podcast. Don't even add any.
gotcha. Hey.
No, we should never add sound effects. Just do them yourself.
Fast break.
You're gonna
Why
have
is
to do
that what
better
you think a
one for
fast
mine.
break sounds like?
There has to be a better one for mine.
I don't understand why that's.
Just you wait.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, anyway. Good thing we came up.
Fast break.
Maybe it is right. The camera does change you.
Yeah, it didn't. It didn't at all.
Fast break.
What are you like? Are you in 7th grade, like with your girlfriend? Just with the arm?
It's the closest thing I have.
Okay.
Also, there's no armrests on this
The way
chair.
you're holding that looks like you're ready to overdose on stage.
Nobody said I'm not.
That's true.
Okay, continue.
All right, so 2 point guards, 2 young point guards in the league right now, both with some teams kind of sort of built around them. I guess not so much with Ben Simmons, but
LeBron James.
Lonzo Ball has been balling for the Pelicans so far this year. Ben Simmons has improved quite a bit. He has a shot now, which is new. And Embiid has already missed a game, so you can't count on Embiid not to actually play every single game. So Ben Simmons is there most of the games. Who would you start your franchise with if you had to pick a point guard? Only those 2 options. Who would you pick and why? Joseph.
Oh man, I hate going first.
Yeah. Fast break.
I want to pick. I think I'm gonna go Lonzo. Reason being,
Well, I know.
that's why I said reason being is because he's the son of the greatest ball of them all.
Yeah.
He was better than Michael Jordan in
You mean
all.
one-on-one?
Yeah, exactly. So why would
Never
you not bet
lost.
on him? Because the son of another NBA player is always really good.
Yep.
So
See Tim Hardaway Jr.
no, but I think Lonzo actually has just some real potential to
Like
develop his game.
Was he like pretentious about his potential?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, potential.
Yeah, he has some real potential
Webster.
to develop into a great player. I mean, he didn't have a great start with the Lakers, and then he showed a lot of development with the Pelicans, and I think he's a player that will grow and continue to grow into, like, he'll probably have a pretty good career, I think.
You think he has more potential than Ben Simmons, though? I mean, that's hard to say.
I know it's hard to. I mean, it's all hypothetical. Like I'm just
So,
gonna.
right now, like with where,
I think
the
Lonzo's.
progress that
I think Lonzo's rate of improvement has grown more than Ben Simmons has.
Oh, I don't know if I agree with that. I'll get to my point in a second, though. We'll wait.
Because Lonzo was just abysmal for a little
Not
bit.
really. He's
Wasn't
pretty
great.
much just been a gifted passer since day one.
and lock down deep.
He's the same player. He just has he made a 3. He made his first 3 attempt the other day. Then he also tried that one-legged James Harden 3 and looked very bad.
It was weird.
I mean,
Well,
whatever. That was in unison. That was that TJ. Who would you pick? Why?
Well, my original pick was Lonzo. After doing a little bit more research and thinking about it, I'm going to go with Ben Simmons. Based on the simple fact that Ben Simmons seems to, I don't know if he's he's obviously in a better situation, but I think that Ben Simmons actually cares. I don't want to say cares more about his game, but has shown more progress in the same amount of time than what I've seen from Lonzo. With Lonzo, I'm not dissing Lonzo, but Lonzo still does not have a shot at all. Ben Simmons at least working on his shot. We don't really see Lonzo working too much on his shot. His shot, the mechanics of his shot, still looks like trash. And the thing is also what you don't have to worry about is with Lonzo, you're just gonna have to worry about your younger brother being better than you. Ben Simmons does have a younger brother coming into the league that's gonna be better than him.
Ooh, I like that LaMelo thing.
There's a lot more pressure on Lonzo. Not to say that he's gonna cave on that, but at the same point, I think that Ben Simmons, just based on there's already the pressure to be elite with the 76ers, right?
Right.
They need Ben Simmons to be elite.
Mm-hmm.
They need him to be an elite all-star.
Right.
MVP, fringe MVP, if not MVP.
I mean, yeah,
They win the finals that way. That's the only way.
Right. He is the missing piece to win a finals. He's the missing piece to not lose to Kawhi on a game winner last year. Yeah.
And so what I'm thinking is that based on what Ben Simmons has shown, especially this offseason, and just the intangibles that he has, I'm gonna go with Ben Simmons.
So I'm also going to go with Ben Simmons. All that stuff is great, but the main reason I go with Ben Simmons is because in this league, where you have a 6'7", 20-year-old point guard that's been a pro since he was 16, playing for the Mavericks, that's just he's just an athletic freak. He's huge. Ben Simmons is an athletic freak playing the point guard position, while Lonzo has these intangibles as well. Great defender. He's prototypical point guard size. He's 6'1", 6'2", probably somewhere around there, and he's got great basketball IQ. You just can't replace the potential of a freak athlete like Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons was dominant at LSU his 1 year. Dude can get to the basket with ease, and now he's adding a fairly still inconsistent jump shot.
But at least he's trying.
Right, and I love the added pressure of the Sixers. The Sixers have to be good now. They have a window. Right. Their window is we have to win a championship before we can't afford Ben Simmons and Embiid. That's a huge deal. So yeah, I'd go Ben Simmons. It's just athletic freaks, man. They're hard to come across. You don't get these guys like that. If Ben Simmons comes into his own, that's a generational talent just based on his physical assets alone. Sure. Add that jump shot, and he's a gifted passer too. He's a fine defender. He's not a bad defender. He's got Embiid behind him, so
he's not as good as Lonzo for sure.
I mean, most guards in the league aren't.
Right.
I mean, Pat Beverly probably isn't even as good of a defender as Lonzo. Lonzo's pretty ridiculous on defense.
Pat Beverly and Lonzo's perimeter D is kind of like 1A, 1B.
Yeah, I don't mind. I do love that Joe brought up Lonzo has was it you that brought up the potential of LaMelo being better than him? Was that you? That was TJ that said that.
TJ said it, but I 100% agree with that.
I love that because LaMelo is the fucking truth.
Yeah. Yes.
My God.
We'll see, but I think he's going to be better than. I think he's going to be better than Lonzo.
For sure.
Yeah, he's got offense.
What's the third ball?
LaMelo.
I don't think it matters. He's the one that
LiAngelo.
He's the one that got got arrested in China, right?
Yeah,
Is
while
he?
playing overseas. Yes,
Yeah,
I think. I mean, he's gone now. He doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Never lost, undefeated.
Uh-huh.
You know, he was right about the Sun. About old what's his face, Luke Walton. Kings are not very good. Luke Walton can't coach. That's what LeVar said all year last year.
Is it that LeVar? Is it LeVar? Is it that Luke Walton can't coach, or is it that the Suns just aren't good because not Buddy Hield, but
You mean the
Marvin
Kings? The
Bagley
Kings is what I
got
mean.
injured.
I mean, there is that, but they are like De'Aaron Fox is.
My bad.
De'Aaron Fox is playing worse under. Let's move on. Let's save that for around the league.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our next segment here. Spin the wheel. Who are we talking about?
Oh snap!
So every week we're going to spin a wheel here on video, and we're going to talk about a team for just a little bit.
Boom!
And it is.
Wait for it. Wait for it. It is. Ooh. The Boston Celtics.
Oh, good God.
Joe Bear. Mr. Hype Man for the Celtics.
Y'all
Mr.
didn't
Kemba looks great.
You didn't. When did you disagree with me?
None of us disagree that Kemba would look good.
I'm
Exactly.
still going to roast you, though.
But
Boom, roasted.
you're roasting yourself. You agreed with me.
Yeah, cool. Boom, roasted.
So about the
Go ahead.
Celtics, go ahead.
Wait. Soundbite for Spin the Wheel.
That was pretty good. Sounded like Crossfire from like the 90s. No, that would have been higher pitch. I can't do it right now. The Celtics, I'll be honest, I've not watched much of their games, so I don't.
They're 2-1.
They're 2-1. I mean, I saw on Bleacher Report's top 30. They ranked all the teams in their first preseason poll or postseason starting poll. They have the Celtics as a top 10 team. The Celtics do have Kemba. They've got Jason Tatum, who's fantastic. Gordon Hayward, who if he can play at least 3/4 of what he is, they should be very good.
Hayward's looking good so far.
Hayward's looking good so far.
Taco
Kemba,
Fall.
Taco Fall, who
They're
can dunk
losing
standing.
They're losing their mind over Taco Fall.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre. I haven't seen a Celtics fan lose their mind over anybody like that since Brian Scalabrine.
Who is your favorite player of all time?
Yep.
The White
Absolutely.
Mamba.
The White Mamba. The truth.
So who starts
sorry,
here?
that's Paul Pierce.
TJ, start with the Celtics.
Well, once again, I'm kind of on the same. I haven't seen many of their games, but I have watched a few highlights. So with that being said, I usually, if you've listened to any of the other episodes that we have recorded so far, which if you haven't, fine. But
I understand.
yeah, I totally get it.
Fine.
But I don't really pay attention to the Eastern Conference unless it's like top-heavy teams, which, to be fair, this should be a pretty, 3 or 4 seed
Yeah.
we're looking at right now.
Yeah.
But just kind of going through the roster right now, roster doesn't look bad. I know Taco Fall has been making highlight reels recently because he had 2 dunks in one game and everybody lost their fucking mind.
He had 2 dunks in one game and he never left the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude can just dunk just putting his hand up. It's the craziest thing.
I think he dunked in preseason and jumped afterwards. Like, put it in like hot. It looked really goofy.
So we're looking at I did watch the highlights of the very first game that Boston played against Philly. Season opener for them.
Mm-hmm.
Philly outmatched them like they have been
Mhm.
in the past couple of years, but Philly outmatched them bad.
Right.
My biggest issue with Boston right now, if you're looking at it from an Eastern Conference point of view, in terms of like, can we make the Eastern Conference Finals? Because every single team, no matter who you are, you just want to make the Eastern and Western Conference Finals because at that point you have a chance to make the NBA Finals.
Right. Especially in the
You've got one
East.
team to
Yeah,
beat.
especially in the
You've
East.
got
Yeah.
one team to beat, right? Doesn't matter. You could have the Clippers over in the West against the Nuggets. Nuggets are fine going against the Clippers because we just have to beat that one team to get to the finals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's goal is let's make it to those finals and let's go to the actual NBA finals. Matchup wise, if Boston matches up with Philly, which is who realistically they will in any type of playoff atmosphere, right now, and I know it's very, very early to say, but right now, if you look at the rosters themselves and based on the matchups, Boston matches up terribly
Mm-hmm.
against Philly. Terribly. Horford eats their lunch. Embiid goes nuts. They have no big man.
Yeah.
Right?
They have Taco
And so-
Fall,
Okay.
who's a rookie and
Off the bench.
right, and
He's
needs
not
a
even a
lot,
starter.
and he needs development big time.
Yeah, for sure. Which, it's promising, don't get me wrong. They have a lot of promising guards. They once again, Boston is, just copy, paste, and repeat. Tons of guards, deep at the guard position. That's not going to get you, in my personal opinion, to the finals in the East. Is having, elite guard play.
Yeah.
With the way that East basketball is running right now, it's so much different than the West basketball.
Right.
East basketball is athletic as big men.
Right.
Embiid, Antetokounmpo. Those guys are going to, if they are matched up with Boston, they'll just have their way with them. So you can't. The idea is if when you're in the playoffs, you want to be able to be all right, this superstar is going to at least score 20, 25.
Yeah.
Don't let them score 40 or 45.
Right.
Sure.
They will. That's my biggest issue with them.
So I like that you brought up the guard play thing, especially in the NBA in general, because we're already seeing how much of a difference big men make, not just in the East. Look at the fucking Warriors. One of the biggest reasons the Warriors they're winning right now, but they're playing the Pelicans, so whatever. They're playing Pelicans without Zion, not a big deal. But they've looked so bad because they have no fucking big men.
We'll talk about that.
But I just think that's a great point. Boston, we're going to get to see another idea of how good or not good or how mediocre they are very soon. Wednesday, they actually play Milwaukee at home. Just some early stats. We're only 3 games in, so it's not not enough to really deduce too much about what they are. They're 17th in the league at only 107.7 points a game. I think that's fine. I mean, you got to work these pieces back in. Not a big deal. And you got Kemba, who's just not playing that well. 21 assists a game. That's not great. That's 19th in the league right now. Steals per game, very good on defense. 10 a game. They've got 6 blocks a game, and they're very good at rebounding. So defensively, they're actually pretty sound. It's kind of surprising that they're ranking in the top 10 right now as a rebounding team. Again, three games in. This is a very small sample size. They just have such a tough division. We talked about them having to play, was it the Bucks? Not the Knicks. It doesn't matter. The Nets, who nobody knows what the Nets are right now. There's no fucking telling.
It's weird. The Nets are a very weird team, but yeah, there's no telling.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with the Celtics. I'm not a huge believer in them. I think they're a playoff team. I think they're a first round and out playoff team.
Word?
I do, man. It's the guard. It's all guards. It's all guards, and they're gonna get destroyed by somebody. One and done. I think they'll go 6 games. This is really early. I mean, we're
Also,
week
don't
1.
forget that the Raptors are in that division as well.
And the
They
Raptors
already
look.
beat the
And
Raptors.
76ers.
They beat the Raptors.
Yeah, they beat the Raptors, but at the same time, I'm not worried about them beating the Raptors right now.
Right.
The thing is I'm not worried about the Raptors.
But the Raptors have Siakam, man. You don't want to play Siakam for a series. Not as the Celtics.
And Ibaka. I'm not tripping out right now about the Celtics matching up against the Raptors because the Raptors are just trying to find their own. They're trying to find their identity without Kawhi.
Right.
I get it. And they're coming off a championship. We all know that once you get a championship, you're always gonna kind of have that.
You're right.
Everybody's just word, we did it.
And you lost
You
your
don't
key
have that same
piece.
drive, right? But
Unless you're a powerhouse team that has that ability to
Sure.
keep doing it over and
Right.
over and over.
Right.
If they still had Kawhi, they'd still they would still have that mentality of we're gonna win again this year.
Joe Barry, thoughts on the Celtics so far from what we've seen?
So looking back through it, I mean, I hyped them up a lot, and I never thought they were going to be better than the 76ers or the Bucks,
Sure.
though.
Sure.
And I think in the East, you look at it as you have the 76ers and the Bucks up here, and then you have the Heat and the Celtics and the Raptors on this middle plane, and then a bunch of other people below them. And so, they might go 1, maybe 2 rounds in the East going to the playoffs, but I think Kemba's going to get a groove. I do. I think I still believe in Kemba.
Yeah.
And I think Taco Fall will develop and in the next couple of years become a great player. But right now, it's going to take some time because other than that, they don't have a solid big man.
No.
Big thing about Taco Fall is him staying healthy too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
those big men, man, when they're that fucking big, they're so hard. I mean, we already saw with Zion.
Yep.
But I mean, Zion's like 285 pounds.
Different with Zion.
Yeah.
To go on your point, none of us ever thought that the Celtics would ever beat the 76ers or the Bucks. But based on just what we're seeing, my whole point was based on what we've seen from how they're playing right now.
Yeah.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine throughout the regular season. I'm not tripping out about them. Even if they have a couple of injuries here and there, they'll be fine. They're pretty deep from the guard standpoint. Now, if they have a couple of injuries on the big men, like 4s and 5s, they're not the deepest there. So they might, and who knows, they might try and make a trade.
Right,
at trade deadline.
You have to have Joe's mentality too. That's great. You still have Brad Stevens, man. Brad Stevens is a great fucking coach.
Yeah.
Not only that, but
this
is gonna be their thing too. Joe's 100% right. He says he believes in Kemba. That's what you got to do as Celtics now. You have to believe in Kemba.
Right.
You have to believe in Kemba. You got to believe in Gordon Hayward. You got to believe in Taco Fall.
I mean, you
gotta
believe in Tatum.
Yeah, Tatum.
You believe in Tatum. I mean, there ain't no problem with that.
Probably right now their best player.
Biggest mistake that Boston has made, and I would say the past 5 years, giving all that money to Jaylen Brown.
Oh my God! Yeah, we haven't recorded since that.
Why?
What is Jaylen Brown even doing?
That's what kills them. Why would you tie up that much money to Jaylen Brown when you could have that money for a big man?
That motherfucker knows something. He has some dirt on somebody.
Is it that he knows something, or is it that the league is so stupid with contracts right now that they're just inflating everybody's deals?
Just let him walk.
Yeah, but why are you gonna inflate? Why are you gonna inflate his deal?
You're not gonna hurt if you let Jaylen Brown walk.
I love that I looked this up and
they were freaking out about that Rozier left.
Yeah.
And so they were like, oh, we can't have another one. You just got another one with Kemba.
Yeah.
Chill out.
So right now he's averaging, and they're as soon as I pull up Jaylen Brown on the phone here, I see. Yeah, so you guys can see.
Do you want to look at his phone?
Uh-huh.
Phone time.
I see that there's a bunch of articles saying that he's improved. He's lost his bad habits. He's averaging 17 points a game right now on 50% shooting, 6 boards, 2 assists.
Don't care. He's not worth the money.
I mean, not 118 mil over 4 years.
Segment? Did he just read something off of his phone?
Hey, can that be your segment?
I just read things off my phone. I'm going to start reading poetry.
But about basketball. Basketball haikus.
Ooh.
You have to write them.
Or dirty limericks.
On your phone.
Dirty basketball limericks.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Let's go around the league. Let's talk about...
Around the league.
You've been listening to a lot of Barstool Sports, I feel like. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Not a bad thing.
I mean, it's here and there.
So let's start with the Mavs because duh. Let's start with that fucking bullshit challenge rule that screwed us on that game last night. I don't like that rule. I don't like challenges in basketball.
That's fucking dumb. The point of fucking basketball is that you're constantly running and playing the game and it doesn't stop. This isn't goddamn football. This is basketball. You don't need to take time to throw a fucking challenge flag, whatever the fuck you do to challenge a play.
Yeah, I don't know
and
that.
And then
That's
go
good.
back and review it. It's bullshit.
I think it was a handkerchief.
I think they showed their phone. Challenge.
I'm going to start doing that during the show.
I'm a part of it.
TJ almost just walked out while we were at True Love last night watching the game because the thing, the problem with the rule isn't even. Go for it.
Okay, real quick. You do your opinion. I'll do mine because I think we all have somewhat of similar opinions on the challenge. The challenge itself. I want to know because this is newly implemented, right?
Right.
And, I want your opinion on what the challenge actually is and why you like it or why you don't like it.
So, I don't like it because the same reason Joe said. It stops the flow of the game. Why is basketball, and we talked about this yesterday with people at the bar, people that don't give a shit about sports can watch basketball. Why? Because it's fast. It's always moving on.
Entertaining.
Why would you slow the game down with this rule? It's crazy. And that review last night took so long. And the other issue with it is the implementation of what happens after. Looks like we got fouled. We dropped the ball. The play stopped. So they call a jump ball. I can kind of understand where the ref is coming from. All right, ball's just sitting here. No one has possession when the play technically stops. But the player that got fouled is going to act as if he got fouled. He's going to let go of the ball to sell the action. Basketball players are basically fucking actors. It's stupid.
Like
And if they're going to...
actors or just like actors?
They could be both.
It's called a porn star.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ah, smart. Nice.
Thanks,
I like
Joe.
it.
That's why I'm on the
Science, bitch.
show. Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, the problem with it is what happened last night. So we see a foul. They call it. The Blazers win. Whatever. It wasn't a foul. That's fine. But then it goes to a jump ball instead of us getting it inbound, which ultimately lost the game. It was like a 4-point swing. It's crazy to me. So these challenges, if they're going to be executed that way when the team that challenges wins, it is now giving like 2, 3, 4 series of bonuses to the team that wins them. It's too much in basketball. One play should not be that impactful, and it now is from a challenge. It's crazy. I just don't like it. I don't like how much it slows it down. Didn't like what the refs did last night. And it lost the game, man. It did.
Yeah, we were undefeated.
At 2-0. First time since 2004.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it'd been a long time.
Kind of sucks.
It's 2-0 in basketball.
Yes.
What is your opinion on this new rule?
I thought my rant pretty much said it. I hate it. I hate it. Fucking hate it.
Do you want to add anything more to it?
I want to add that I hate it.
Okay. Okay. So my opinion is I also hate it. Okay.
Fucking hate it.
I see. I can see where they're trying to go with this.
Yeah.
I understand that you want. There's been an issue in the past 3 to 4 years of coaches, players, absolutely crucifying refs at the end of the game.
Right.
League has to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
What are they going to do? One challenge during the game for a coach. Okay? We're seeing that challenge now in crunch time when it's actually going to matter the most. No coach is going to use their challenge realistically early in the game.
Right.
No, it makes no sense.
With that being said, if you're going to challenge, so let's dissect this actual play itself. Dorian Finney-Smith had the ball. There was a foul called on him from Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Review. No foul. We still had possession of the ball. Why in the fuck would it be a tip ball if we had possession? The issue is that we had fucking possession. The challenge was on the foul, not possession.
Right.
Dude, NBA, take after NFL. They've been doing this shit for fucking years. NFL has the best replay.
Sorry.
Are you allergic to bullshit? Yeah. Because this is bullshit.
I'm just glad that we're doing video when
Wedding
you sneeze.
bullshit.
You sneeze so violently. Jeez.
Dude, my biggest issue is why in the hell would it be a tip ball if you're going to have someone with possession of the ball?
Right. Well, where was the whistle?
Driving.
Who had the ball when the whistle was blown?
We did.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying though. It's go back, look at where the ball was when the whistle was blown.
Just do an inbounds play. I get it. I get
Yeah.
it. You want to go ahead and review. It's not a foul. That's fine. It's not because it wasn't a foul.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
You got all ball. It was the right call, actually.
Yeah. No.
It really was.
Reversing the foul was the right call.
Reversing the foul was the right call. I don't have a problem with that. But roles reversed, right?
Right.
We're in Portland. Dame has the ball. Dorian Finney-Smith fouls him. Are you kidding me? If Portland isn't losing their fucking mind that it's a tip ball?
Well, why not?
Every fan should lose their mind over that.
If you're going to do this, it's always going to happen where it just did. Last 2 minutes of the game.
Right.
Just review every foul the last 2 minutes. Or not every foul, but review.
Absolutely do not do
have
that.
the ability to review fouls toward the end of the game. Just be more conscientious of it's a close game. Was that a foul?
Dude, I'm not even tripping about it. Don't even review it. I don't mind the one challenge from the coaches. I don't mind that because you don't want to slow down the pace. It's exactly to your point.
Right.
You don't slow down the pace. But what I'm losing my mind over is why is it a neutral ball now at this point?
No, I don't get that either.
That doesn't make sense.
No.
You're taking away from the team that had possession because you fucked up.
Right.
That was not on the Mavs at all. You fucked up on the call, so now the Mavs are having to suffer with a tip ball.
Right.
It makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. But speaking of not suffering, to change that tone just a little bit, the Mavs look pretty damn good.
Yeah, they do.
They've looked real good. Luka looks good. We've talked a lot. Go ahead, Joe. Tell us your feelings about the Dallas Mavericks. Mavs fans for life.
So I feel
Is this the hot or not?
No, not yet.
Oh, damn it.
I feel like the best way I can feel about being a Mavs fan right now is in Game 1 when Porzingis threw back that alley-oop and Luka's walking away just laughing his ass off. That feeling of pure joy that it is expressed on his face, that's kind of how I feel. And I know we're in 3 games in, there's a lot of season left to play.
Sure.
But it just feels nice to be okay, at
Right.
least. Do I think we're going to get smashed by the Clippers and maybe the Lakers? Yeah.
I mean, we find out Friday. We play the Lakers Friday.
Good. Fun.
I cannot wait till that game.
Oh, yeah, I'm watching the shit out of it.
We all going to watch that game together?
Sure.
We can, yeah.
We haven't watched a game all together yet.
I'm working Friday.
Because I had strep.
You'll be there.
Yeah.
Convince them to let you work back bar. And me and Anthony will be the only people sitting back there. And
right.
we'll just
You'll
watch the game.
run a whole $20 in ticket sales.
Yeah, for real.
I'll
but
tip you like $1, a drink.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're right.
Drink.
You're right though. It is nice that the
Good
Mavs,
amount.
even if the Mavs end up not making the playoffs, it's very clear through 3 games they're going to be fun to watch. Luka is incredible. The lob that he threw last night that was somehow a lob lead pass, I've not seen that before.
Also, Seth Curry.
Seth, I'm a big fan of Seth Curry right now.
Very, very disappointed in Jalen.
Brunson, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Like, I was really wanting to see him step... I said this on the podcast before. I really wanted to see him step up in the offseason.
Yeah.
Like, get your game right, step up. Like, be that J.J. Barea type guy.
That also
Yeah.
being said, there's a lot of ball left to play.
There's a lot of ball left to play.
You're right.
There's a lot of ball left to play.
But I'm not... In the first 3 games, I am not seeing a difference in his play style than last year.
Yeah. I
And-
mean, I'm not.
At all.
I'm not either. But I'm being optimistic.
And
I
he's
don't
not
think
adding
we-
what Seth's adding. As Seth is adding this, like, I want the ball in the clutch. Like, I'm going to take some pressure off Luka. Also, a damn good defender. I mean, well, an adequate defender.
Yes.
He's looked very good on defense. He's complimenting them nicely.
With this is the best I've felt overall about sports in a long time. I've got the Mavs. I've got Baylor 7-0.
Keep avoiding.
I'm not going to talk about the NFL. Man,
It is-
the Buccaneers suck.
My biggest issue with the Mavs, and we talked about this off stream and off the podcast, perimeter defense, dude. Jesus.
Right.
We're so bad. We're
Yeah.
so bad at it. And that's
So
why we're playing
bad.
teams like
And what's so weird
the
about
Warriors is still going to kill us.
it? You know what's so weird about it though? Carlisle's coaching style
His
is
defense.
defense,
Yep.
right? How the fuck are we so bad at defense? Like, and he's trying to morph his coaching like style, you know, with like he's trying to morph
Right.
his league. He's not dumb. There's a reason why
Right.
we've had him for so long. Our defense is atrocious.
It's bad. I mean, it's Porzingis and that's it.
Who was the coach before Carlisle?
Avery Johnson,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been trying to think of that for days,
Yeah.
and I refuse to use my
Avery
pocket
Johnson.
computer.
who's coaching at Alabama now,
Yep.
and they're good.
I mean, he wasn't a bad coach.
No. Some coaches just.
Not bad at all.
Sometimes it's just
Yeah,
time to
sometimes
move
you
on.
You run your course
That's
and
what
you
I said,
realize
like,
that nothing's
he
going to
didn't
happen.
Get over the hump.
Yeah.
It just happens.
He got over. Oh yeah.
Because then he did commentating for a while, and then
Yep.
And he was good at that too.
Yep.
Yeah, and they're man.
Avery Johnson.
Yeah,
weird voice.
yeah.
That's Bama Jeff right there.
Oh my
He'll
god.
appreciate it.
He does have a weird
Does
voice.
he listen to this?
I'm going to tell him to now.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while.
I haven't either.
Right.
Let's move around to, a little bit more besides the Mavericks. Rookies are balling. I want to point that out. I told you guys earlier.
Yeah.
I have been very impressed with Kobe
Yeah,
White.
Zion's killing it right now.
Nerd. That's not appropriate to call
smoke
him a
in here?
nerd. Huh?
Can I smoke in here?
No.
Can I smoke in here?
No. I've been very impressed.
Can we smoke in here?
No, I've been impressed with Kobe White. I've enjoyed his game quite a bit. I have also enjoying that one. That would be fine. The hookah would be fine. It's not cigarettes. RJ Barrett's been playing well. RJ Barrett's been playing very, very well. And Jay Morant. Ja Morant. Ja Morant is going to... So I read something really interesting earlier today. The thing with Ja Morant... The thing with Ja Morant is going to be he is going to look foolish and also incredible at the same time because he's a big play guy. But, I mean, we saw last night, dude hit a game-tying layup and then played picture-perfect defense swatting Kyrie.
I want to pose a question to both of you because I've been asking a couple of people this, and I intentionally did not ask both of you this off of the podcast because I wanted your legit opinions, okay?
No. Ooh. Okay.
Take the injury out from Zion.
Yeah.
Okay. Take it out.
It's taken out.
If you are drafting number 1 overall in this past draft class, would you take Zion or would you take Ja? Because I'm telling you right now, I would have taken Morant.
Luka Doncic.
I would have taken Morant, hands down.
I still would have taken Zion.
Man.
No, I would not have.
I would have taken Zion based on... It's the same thing with when I was talking about Ben Simmons, man. Like, I know Zion... Zion didn't have really... The injury issues he had in Duke were not ones that we really worried about that much.
Yeah, you mean like blowing out his shoe?
Take out the injury.
No. I'm not. I'm taking this injury... I'm taking this injury away, right?
Based on game.
I'm saying...
He's talking...
I'm sitting here thinking about what he did at Duke, where he was so unbelievably dominant at Duke. Dude is huge. He's got some mobility. He's got this generational talent that just doesn't come around that much. And what you do, it's the same thing as Greg Oden. Yeah, Greg Oden was a bust. Maybe Zion's a bust.
Generational talent though, because I do. I do.
It's hard in a league where there's not that many big men, though.
No, but it's also hard. It's hard coming out. We haven't seen a player dominate
college basketball.
All of the media in college basketball the way that Zion did ever. So it's hard to think about anybody else getting drafted.
Aside from AAU days,
but you got to think about that as the Pelicans, man. You want people to watch your games. You have the opportunity to have Zion and Lonzo there to get the media there, get your games on TV. This shit matters as an owner, though.
So for me, yeah, I mean, it generates a lot of money.
It's generating a lot. They've been on ESPN twice already.
So as the question of, you're the GM, do you draft Zion or Ja? Right. Me personally, y'all have heard all of the shit I've had to say about Zion. I knew he was going to get injured, or knew he was going to get injured.
I had a feeling.
I called it. Like, I have had my qualms with this and think that he's overhyped in the sense of, like, he is very, very good. Mm-hmm. He's incredibly athletic, but his hype going into the lead and his ability to have longevity. So I probably would have taken your guy, Ja, baby.
Are you saying Jar Jar Binks? Like what the fuck?
Yeah, I would take Jar Jar Binks over Zion.
No one takes him.
Yeah, I would take Ja because, well, okay, damn.
But Ja's not consistent.
I would personally take Ja, but as the GM, when you're the Pelicans and you have the first round pick, if you don't take Zion, you probably don't have a job later.
Yes, exactly.
That's
exactly.
So like, you're almost strong-armed into taking Zion,
right?
Because of the hype,
because
the amount of money he'll bring in, like all of that stuff. You're almost forced to take.
And what
Zion.
if he does work out? What if he is the next?
I would prefer to take Ja, but you have to take Zion.
We could have had this conversation about fucking Joel Embiid before too.
Especially when you're the Pelicans. Like if you were a team that was established and doing well, you don't fucking need Zion.
So is this more of like a situation to where like if you're the GM of the Pelicans, like your hands are tied, you don't have a choice but to take Zion?
Sometimes it's that way.
Yeah, no, like word.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think. Yeah.
Yeah, because like at this point, like if they don't take Zion, they have Ja Morant. I can kind of see from like the standpoint of like the trade that they just made, beforehand with shipping out AD and getting all those guards.
Let's also remember you got Brandon.
You want another guard?
Why would you want?
You just signed up on Lonzo and you just signed up on
and
all
you
these
got Brandon
dudes.
Ingram, who's fucking like you didn't know he was gonna.
Brandon Ingram is fucking good.
Yeah, because I guess if you're thinking about it specifically from the Pelican situation, what do you need when you have that team? You need a big man.
You need a big man because you've got.
You're going to take Zion.
You're going to
and Boogie.
Yeah, you lost.
Before.
Yeah. This
You're
team
taking
is
Zion.
this
Fair,
team
fair.
at some point this year. This team is going to start. They're going to start Drew Holiday, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, and Zion Williamson. And I don't know who their 4 would be. Well, Zion would. I don't know who their 5 will be. That lineup is nasty. Other than right now where they're getting blown out by the Warriors are apparently coming back right now. They've only lost by single digits in 3 games, and they have had.
Well, to be fair, the Pelicans are trying to find
The Pelicans are going to be really
trying to find their stride right now.
right, and
they played well in the first 3 games.
Right.
Like if they're getting blown out by the Warriors, word. Like I ain't tripping about that.
Right.
Like everybody has a bad game. Like my whole thing is that like I think the Pelicans okay. Let me ask you this right now, from both of you.
Okay. Wait.
He did it.
Go for it.
Pelicans or Warriors this year? Who has the higher seed?
with Zion healthy.
With Zion healthy, like
Pelicans.
he's going to come back
Pelicans.
based on right now.
Based on right now, because
And the fact that Clay's not coming back this season.
it should not be this hard of a question, but
It is.
it shouldn't be. It's crazy. But Zion, let's assume that Brandon Ingram is playing this well. Let's assume Drew Holiday comes back and plays like he can. Let's assume Zion comes back and plays how he can. There's no way that team is not better than Warriors. There just isn't to me. I don't give a damn.
Warriors.
And you should take that. Conventional wisdom should say that based on Steph being great, Draymond being a good defender.
It's not even that. They're all young. Pelicans are so young.
They're so young.
So they might be seeded higher, but if they both make it, Warriors are going farther. They have the experience. They have that playoff mentality. They've been there fucking before.
What I'm asking is, who has the higher seed going into the playoffs?
I'm still gonna go Warriors.
Okay.
Because it's.
Going into the playoffs? I thought you said ceiling. Oh, Pelicans aren't making the playoffs. That division's terrible for them.
Yeah.
They got to play 3
You have to deal
Texas
with the
teams.
Mavs, the Spurs,
Yeah, that's fair.
the Grizzlies,
Although you-
which the Grizzlies aren't good, but they always beat people
They're so
up.
weird, yeah.
They always It's like the Clippers the year that they should have won the finals.
Yeah.
The only reason they lost is because they played the Grizzlies in a 6 or 7 game series, and they came out with like Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, both being like injured. Like the Grizzlies have not been
Scrappy
good
as fuck,
for a
dude.
long time, but they fucking beat you up.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
scrappy.
that's what they do.
Yeah, fuck.
It's Memphis
Grizzlies.
basketball. Here, man, it is. It's crazy what the Warriors are right now. Let's touch on the Warriors real quick, then we'll get into the last 2 segments.
All right.
So Charles Barkley said the other day while Clay was on there, Clay was saying, I'm coming back next year. We got 5 to 7 years to win another ring, which, by the way, is a stupid comment. Nobody's window is that fucking big. Nobody's window is that big. I don't think it is at all for them.
Well, the only person who just
He's just trusting the GM. Yeah.
Why not?
well the only
Why
person
not?
the only
know
person
what I'm
whose
saying?
longevity might not last 5 to 7 years.
Steph.
Clay's.
Clay's too.
Yeah.
Steph could. When was Steph injured?
Yeah. So here's
Ankles.
the question, right?
Fair.
It's
Okay.
been bad since college.
Here's the question, right? And it is too early to panic all the way on the Warriors. I don't think the Warriors are making the playoffs. I was really thinking they would, and then I didn't really think about the fact that they do have 8 games against the fucking Clippers and the Lakers. That's a lot to deal with. The West is pretty stacked. There's a lot of teams that they're just not going to match up well with. It's nothing against Steph as much as I'd love to say it is, although he is playing like trash. But he's got to figure it out. Unfortunately for Steph, the problem with him, for me, is D'Angelo Russell got added, and D'Angelo Russell should... He's not what Steph needs on the off guard.
See,
is it too early to freak out about the Warriors? Are either of y'all even closely wavered to thinking maybe they're just not very good?
in the same way that I am very excited about the Mavericks, and I said we're only 3 games in.
Right.
It's the same thing with the Warriors.
Right.
We are only 3 games in.
Yep.
There's no fucking way to determine how the rest of the season is going to go.
Right.
They might tank harder.
They might. I mean, Draymond.
If they keep playing like this, they will miss playoffs. But
They're playing very well right now. They got 114 with 8 minutes left to go. Draymond's got a triple-double against the Pelicans.
okay.
And Steph Curry has been...
really great time to do that topic.
But like
That's why I did it.
My thing is though, Draymond came out and said
We fucking suck.
we fucking suck. Draymond.
When have they played without Clay?
Dude, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. They're champions, man. That's
no. I'm not saying it doesn't matter without playing for play. I'm saying in this regard, with Draymond saying this, he's being the leader of that locker room right now.
Right. That's I knew where you're going.
Like, that's why I say it doesn't matter. Because like Draymond knows I'm about to call these bitches out because like, yo, we're playing like fucking shit. Like, fuck this. Like, we're 3 games in. Yeah, I'm gonna call everyone out.
Yeah.
Like, let's let
you're the Warriors. When have you started this bad?
No.
Yeah.
No.
In the last since you've had this dynasty going on.
And everybody wants to see it. Everybody wants to see the Warriors crumble. But my thing is like,
oh, I do.
I don't have a beef with the Warriors, dude. I have no beef with
them. No. The only beef I have is that they've been dominant in like collecting every player.
Other
than that, I don't fucking care.
I love seeing the ebbs and flows of teams though. Whenever like they do this thing, because you could say if you want to use like weird sayings and shit. They made a deal with the devil to get all these players over there. They did all this shit. I mean, it's good GM, but whatever.
Right.
You played with that. You played with karma. You played with fate. You got these 4 You did everything you could. You did what you should as a GM, is do everything you can to win as many rings as you can when that window's here.
Right.
But I'm telling you, I just think Steph's window is. I just don't think Steph is as good as he used to be. I think injuries are going to mount up.
So, what do you think about Michael Jordan's comment then?
No, Jordan. This is hard for me. You know this really well.
Didn't hear, Michael Jordan said that Steph Curry is currently not a Hall of Famer.
I can hate on Steph Curry all I want. I think that
forget you just fucking hate Steph Curry.
I do,
yeah,
but he's
I mean, I hate the Warriors.
Steph is the greatest shooter to ever play the game. Like, no matter what I think about him as a player, all around as a skill set, he is the greatest shooter to ever play the game.
Statistically, or
statistically, he's going to have every 3-point record that no one will ever catch this man as far as threes. No one will ever have that again.
Ridiculous.
He's also, and you guys heard me talk about this all the time at the bar, he has actually influenced the way people play the game, and that's a Hall of Famer. If you change the way someone plays the game, whether I like his game or not, I didn't like Kobe's game that much. Kobe's one of the greatest to ever fucking lace him up, and he changed the way the game was played.
Second greatest.
I'd say third.
Second.
Another conversation for another day.
I don't know. I'm torn.
Do you know where
None of them are any Brian Scalabrine, but that motherfucker changed the game.
We all agree that Steph's a Hall of Famer first ballot, though, right?
First ballot Hall of Famer.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
Steph is going to be first ballot Hall of Famer. It's not even a fucking question. MJ, like, I love you. I loved watching you play, but goddamn, are you an idiot right now? There's no way in hell that Steph is not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Also, let's just point this out. Who knew that Jordan couldn't evaluate talent? Joe, who's hot, who's not? Let's move on to the segment. Every week, Joe will tell us
who's hot and who's not.
I wanted a good one. That sucked. I feel like I was.
What do you mean? That was Eddie Vedder at Wrigley Field, motherfucker. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but it wasn't a good Eddie Vedder.
Jeremy.
Joe smoking classic.
I forgot everything that I had to say.
Good.
Every ounce of it.
I'm coming in.
Coming in hot. Coming in lukewarm.
Luka warm?
Luka warm.
Coming in Luka warm again.
I bet my wife loves that we record a podcast at 8 o'clock at night.
On a Monday.
Who's
While
hot?
she's pregnant.
So who's hot or who's not?
All right.
Who's
I mean,
hot
we've.
and who's not?
I thought we weren't interrupting. Anyways. I mean, we've talked about both of them. Like, the really easy takes on these. Hot Mavericks. Mavericks are kind of hot right now. You look at Porzingis coming in, draining threes, catching oops. Luka is on board for his another triple-double. Did he get one last night? He was one assist short. He was one assist short.
And that would have been 13, I think.
That would have been 13. Already has made it to be the youngest player, or the most triple-doubles for a player under 21.
Correct.
He already beat it.
Correct.
It's the 3rd game into his 2nd season. He doesn't turn 21 until February. He's going to shatter. It's going to be like Steph Curry with a shooting record. Nobody's going to fucking beat it. It's incredible. He was the only person at 16 years old to play against an NBA team. Yeah. He played against the Celtics when he was fucking 16 years old. I don't know how to emphasize how fucking hot this dude is right now. Phrasing? Anyways.
Luka's a looker. That's okay. He's easy on the eyes.
I'm not going to say it. Okay. And you got Porzingis doing well. There are a couple of aspects of the Mavs that need to work better. Like we talked about their perimeter D. That's not great right now, but I will get there.
Yeah.
Carlisle is a defensive coach.
Yeah.
It just takes work.
Sure.
We are a new team.
Right.
Like it's gonna take some time. We'll get there. And then the other obvious one is the Warriors. Like they're not hot. They're
not
super fucking cold.
They are not.
Steph has not been playing like Steph.
Not.
D'Angelo Russell is not working out like he thought he was going to.
Not working out.
Draymond Green agrees that they suck.
They suck and they're not.
You are a lot.
And I'm not.
Yeah.
It's going to be great when I clip all of that out and you just say you are a lot to nobody.
TJ's not hot.
Not hot.
I'm hot.
Not hot.
Damn. I mean, you could also say like Hornets aren't hot, but who cares?
You trying to think of it? You try to think of a backup just in case, since the Warriors are up by like 30 points now.
No, that doesn't. You're playing the fucking Pelicans. It doesn't matter right now. Just because you're up by 30 right now does not mean you've been good in the past. Like the past couple games, you've not been good.
True.
It's good rebound game though.
Yeah,
it is. Although I mean, it is true they're not hot. They gave up 141 points to the Clippers, and my God,
and obviously the Clippers are fucking hot.
Yeah,
except for their loss to their Suns. But like,
hey. What a meme.
What did that remind me of?
What a memey bastard. Just Kawhi Leonard, man. Everything he does is a meme.
Oh, meme. I thought you said meanie. I thought you said meanie, and I was like,
what a meanie. He's a meanie on the block.
No, the Clippers are fucking killing it right now, except for that game to the Suns. It was weird. But
yeah. Booker is good. I really enjoy my favorite thing from the Clippers being like their hot start was when they were blowing out the Warriors, and there's that video of Pat Bev just looking at all the Warriors fans leaving early, and he goes, "Where y'all going? Hey, where's everybody going? I like that." And that shit killed me. I watched that video clip so many times in a row.
You're a Warriors hater. Okay.
Next segment. Actually, I got one more. Trailblazers are kind of hot right now.
Ooh,
yeah.
Well,
nah, they were 1-1 before they played us. Yeah. McCollum's hot.
McCollum's hot.
Yeah. They were 1-1 before they played us?
Yes.
Yeah, they're 2-1. Everybody in the West 2-1, basically. Actually, pretty.
Denver.
They're 3-0. That's it. Everyone else is 2-1.
Denver's 3-0. So Denver's hot. But who's Denver played so far?
Teams, the Blazers, 9-1.
They played Blazers first game, then the Blazers played the Warriors and fucking smoked the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
And then they beat us. So if you beat us and that was our number one hot of the week, then kind of by proxy mean that you're pretty hot.
Oh, actually, this is so weird. Timberwolves 3-0.
Yeah,
Spurs 2-0.
The Timberwolves are 3-0. They beat Nets last minute bucket, right?
Y'all, yeah. Y'all listen to this. T-Wolves 3-0, Spurs 2-0, Nuggets 2-0, Suns 2-1, Clippers 2-1, Jazz 2-1, Trailblazers 2-1, Lakers 2-1, Mavericks 2-1, Rockets 1-1.
Good.
They won. They're gonna win tonight.
I don't know if I've been more disappointed by a trade in several years. Well, Steve Nash wasn't a trade; he was a free agent pickup that we didn't re-sign. But I was so disappointed when we traded fucking Jay Crowder for Rondo.
Yeah.
I love Jay Crowder.
Yeah.
Yep. And then he hits that game winner. Yeah. TJ.
Hello.
Anything you want to touch on this week? I don't know what we're going to call TJ's segment.
What's the premise of your segment? I didn't pay attention.
He's just going to talk more.
Doesn't matter.
That's TJ's segment.
Doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to talk real quick. I'm about to roast the fuck out of a couple people, and I'm gonna bring up a couple of other individuals. The first person I'm going to roast, KCP. How dare you? What the fuck are you doing? Seriously? Are you an NBA player? How are you on a roster right now?
Tan their hide.
What?
Tan their hide.
Ooh, TJ's tan their hide?
Tan their hide.
For everybody who doesn't know, his last name's Tanner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I wasn't trying to get that shit out, though.
Well, it's okay. Your first name's not TJ. It's Franklin.
Anyways, KCP. What the fuck are you doing? Okay, everyone knows.
Apparently, Siri won't respond to that.
We've gone off the rails. KCP.
What else is new?
Trash.
Yeah. 1 point in like 50 minutes or something like that.
Booker. That boy. Own it. Hard. Dude. Devin Booker is like one of the very, very few guard players on a shitty-ass team that we can sit there and be like, you know what? Feel bad for him. He's incredible. And on any other team, I think he'd be like that's it. But he's on the Suns. But he did take down the Clippers. So, that boy, good. Next up, James Harden. You're an idiot. If Hart is looking at you like you're crazy, you're crazy. First game, you decide to get in a beef with your new teammate.
Oh, yeah. That was funny.
Russ. What's happening? I don't know.
Why did you turn into a Mouseketeer?
That's Chris Bosch's voice.
For those with the throwback.
Mm-hmm. NBA bad lip readings.
Yep.
Funny-ass
Yeah,
video.
No, that was good. I forgot about that.
Dude, throws the basketball, hits his face, his beard. I wish, you know what? The only thing that would have made that better, his beard just disappears. And then James Harden is who we thought he was.
Mm-hmm.
A poser. Next up.
Wait, hold on. I want to go back for a second. Sorry to interrupt. What was the beef between Harden and Westbrook? I didn't see it.
There's
First game, they were just trying to
figure out who the fuck's supposed to be where.
Yeah, it was essentially miscommunication on plays. It was a close game. They were getting pretty heated. The only reason why they were getting heated is because they're friends. I'm not shitting out about it. But at the same time, you're Harden, I'm gonna roast you.
Also, they spent all their time synchronizing their warm-up shot dance routine more than playing on the court together.
Nice.
Have you seen that? They
Also, what the fuck is it? What the fuck is with his hair? What the fuck is up with his head? What is wrong with your goddamn head, Russ? And I'm not talking about the thing inside of your head. I'm talking about your actual fucking head. What is on there?
His hair's so bad.
Okay, so I just roasted James Harden. I'm going to give props. You know what? I'm going to give props. Luka. I got to. Got to give props to Luka. I'm trying to be completely outside of being a Mavs fan, but I'm going to give props to Luka right now because that dude is balling out. Honestly, if I wasn't a Mavs fan, and I'm seeing somebody that's balling out like him, dude, you got to give props to him.
Yeah.
This man is on one right now. He's playing mid-season form, and it's the third game into the season. So I'm going to give him props. That's it. My segment is done. Segment done.
You know, I'm surprised that we actually lasted this long.
That's what she said.
That's what you said.
Jesus. Anyway, it's been a good week. The first week of the NBA has been nice. There's a lot of parity in the league right now, I think is the last thing I would really want to say before we get in here. The duos, moving from trios to duos has been just tremendous for the quality of basketball. Joe sent a text, was it yesterday, day before, saying, man, this is why I love basketball. I haven't watched a bad game yet. And if there's a bad game...
All three of them have been great.
I've watched a lot of basketball, and I've not seen any bad ones. And the beauty is we got Tuesdays, we got Thursdays with basketball. Best NBA has the best fucking post-game analysis show on TNT. It's just nice. I'm glad the season's here. We can actually we sound like we know what we're talking about this week. That's nice.
I don't know shit.
Joe doesn't know shit.
Okay, that didn't need a soundbite.
You just sound like a bad radio host from the 90s.
Yeah, you sound like you should be doing it for the Bear right now. It's a local radio station.
No, you sound like the douche from Parks and Recreation.
You sound like the douche.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my personality.
Oh, please don't let that be your personality.
What was the name of that radio show? Something in the
Myra
douche?
and the douche.
Yeah, that's it. The douche.
Hey, all rights are to NBC and Parks and Recreation.
Me so horny.
Damn, I love that show. All right, guys. Well, we will be back every week. We'll be doing videos, so check us out on YouTube.
Every week?
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Every week.
Okay.
Jesus. We say this every week, and then we never actually come back every week. But we should this time. Guys, thanks for checking out Hoop There It Is.
Give us a 5-star review on Yelp.
Yeah, Karen. Also, give us a 5-star slam dunk rating and review. Give us a follow on Twitter at Hoop There Pod, on Instagram at Hoop There Pod. Search us on Facebook. Man, Hoop There It Is.
Dumb sometimes.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out. Happy basketball.
Bye.
Oh, please, hurry. Oh, my God, I got to pee so bad. Holy shit.